Have you ever thought about picking a partner that is less attractive because it will be safer to be with them because they're more less likely to cheat? In today's episode, I'm here to tell you why less attractive does not mean that the person is less likely to cheat. And just because you're with someone that who is more attractive and have more option per se, it also doesn't necessarily mean that the chances of them cheating is higher. And to start, I do want to say I understand that concept because I myself have once thought about that the logic of, well, a person that is typically more attractive makes sense that, they would be more likely to be unfaithful because of the options and frequency of these chances would be presented, right? Would happen versus someone that who is less attractive, that the options and the chances of that being presented will be lower. And one of the biggest lessons that I have learned through my adult life and being in multiple relationships in different times is that that is not true. Like, looks and how likely is someone to cheat, it's not correlated. It really goes down to someone's character. And I could tell you through my experience that a less attractive person does not have a lower chance in cheating on you than someone that's really good looking. Like, I have personally have met a lot of really good looking guys, and sometimes just as observing their behavior with other very attractive people, you could tell when someone is faithful sometimes when you just first meet them by just how are they interacting with you, how are they addressing you, and how are they including their partner in conversations, even if you didn't ask, right? Like, I have met attractive people in a group setting where there are other beautiful people around, and they voluntarily would have bring up their partner, mentioning that, like, yeah, like me and my wife really enjoy watching movies like these, or oh yeah, like my boyfriend and I, we went there this past weekend without anyone even asking about, like, hey, like, what, like, are you with somebody? And I think those are good signs of someone that is not trying to hide anything or not have any, like, bad wishes when they're talking to you, right? They don't have any other motive other than, like, hey, it's a casual conversation, and they're like gorgeous people. And I also have met guys that who is less attractive, and they're with, let's say, a girl that is so beautiful, like, by, human standard, let's say. And again, like, how someone feels someone is beautiful, it really is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, how one believes someone is beautiful really just depends on them, right? And then there's this, like, very average society type of judging of what is beauty, which changes all the time, by the way, which is great that it does change, because there's no such thing as, like, one beauty standard or what is considered hot or not. But when like, let's say you look at that guy and you look at the girl, you'll be like, wow, like, he was out of her league. And I could tell you, even seeing those guys, that you would think, like, wow, he is lucky to have someone like her to be his girlfriend. When put into similar situation as, a really good looking guy, let's say, the less attractive guy, I have seen that would be still flirting with other girls and not even mentioning the beautiful girlfriend that he has in any way, shape, or form. Even sometimes when asked questions that would completely make sense to bring up that you do have a girlfriend. So I see that so often, both the good looking side as well as not so good looking people, that given situations where just because you're not as attractive, you think chances of, people throwing themselves at you is lower. But, when they are given any chance of interacting and flirting with someone else, they'll take it versus someone else, let's say they're better looking, but even given all the options and frequency of people throwing themselves at them, they will still not take it. And at the end of the day, what that goes down to is character. It depends on the person's character, what they believe in, what they care about, to define if someone would cheat or not. So to say that just because someone is very good looking and a lot of people would just be throwing themselves at this person, and for us to conclude that that's then define this person have a higher chance of cheating, is not right, because it really just goes back down to the person's character. You can have someone that is not very good looking at all and have a chance to be with the most beautiful, gorgeous, handsome looking person, but because of their own insecurity and how they grew up and how they need that validation to feel beautiful themselves, that sometimes maybe they'll have a higher chance of cheating because they like the attention from other people and multiple people because they lack that validation themselves. And that could happen. And that's not to say that that's always the case, that then less attractive people are always a cheater versus a good looking person is not. That's not to say that, but this is to say character is what defines someone's likelihood to cheat or not their appearance. And I could even tell you a very personal story of my own, that I had an experience where I met this guy, and I could tell you from the get-go, I was not physically attracted to him at all. You know how sometimes when you meet people, maybe their look, their face, let's say, is not something that you're attracted to, but you have other parts of their body you're attracted to, like maybe their shoulders, their arm, their height, their body build, something, right? And I could tell you, for me, unfortunately, me personally, of what I find attractive, I just did not find him attractive at all to me. The only thing that I did find attractive, it was not physical. It was just that I thought we had a really great conversations. I thought we had great communications, and I like more of the friendship that we had, but physically I was just not attractive at all. And I knew that this person was interested in me for a long time, and I would say that for me, what I usually use as a way of judging if I should give this person a chance is usually through how they treat me, right? And I think everyone kind of has a different way of what they find the most important from their partner. And for me in particular, I care a lot about how this person treats me. Not because of my beauty, not because, just how this person treats me for who I am. And I would say this guy treated me very well. And I struggle with not being able to reciprocate that, that affection, just because I just was not attracted to him in that way. I was okay with having a friendship, but I was just couldn't get myself see and feel that way for him. And this went on for some time because I think that big part of me of valuing how this person treats me and how this person makes me feel emotionally really does matter to me. So I didn't want to just simply get rid of someone, let's say, or not give someone the chance at all just because of the physical factor. So we continue, and I must say that actually went on for about a year, where he continuously tried and what have you. And finally, I kind of gave in, and I did believe that beauty could grow. The more you know someone, the more you get to know someone, that you'll like them. And guess what? Like, it did happen where I started to like him in that way and everything. And I'll be completely honest with you. There was a part of me that, because I was not attracted to him physically, that there was a part that made me felt like he was safe too. I mean, on top of course, how he was treating me, like, I just didn't have much of a reason to not feel safe around him, because he just like was very nurturing and very caring. But it never came across my mind that, to be honest, like, someone that I was not physically attracted to would like cheat on me in any way. It just was not something that I thought he would do, on top of because he was so nice and trying so hard for so long. And I would say that, after we like officially started dating for about maybe 6 months, so it's like a year of just him doing the chase, and then we finally were together almost after a year. So at that point, it's more like a year and a half that I then found out this person, for that first year that he was chasing me, he actually had a girlfriend. Yeah, very crazy. Like, I had zero idea that that was even happening at all. And I was shocked. And it was almost funny when I first found out, that I was just like, wow, like, how? Like, is this even possible? Right? And yeah, like, it just kind of make me think back to, what did I miss something? And I did go back, and I think there were signs. Like, he was always pretty secretive about his phone, but for me, it just never even registered that it would be anything, just because I really just never thought he would do anything like that. And like, in some way, to be honest, like, there's silly part of me thought like he wouldn't do that because he's with me, so it's just, what I'm trying to say is that, when you think that this person, because I could tell you, like, the idea of like, oh, typically the person that's less attractive are presented with less options. That's already something that, less likely to happen. And also, you would think like, oh, if a less attractive person's with someone that, who, let's say, they find very attractive, that they would appreciate that relationship and not go out and seek something else. And I could tell you, both of these are not true. It's not true that just because someone is, let's say, less attractive, that they would not then take every chance they get. Just because, you need to realize, in this world, there's all sorts of people out there. It's not always just about, wow, you're so, beautiful, therefore you get more options, and less attractive people get no options. They do get options, but it's just different kind of options. Like, if you're a man, let's say, and you have some money, girls, there's still gonna be girls that, who wants that money, that's a gold digger or something, that would like offer themselves to you. They're not probably the girl that most people want, but I think deep down, sometimes some of them want just attention from women, and it's not just has to be the prettiest woman or whatever. They just want that attention from people. And especially when they haven't gotten that type of attention often throughout their life, when any attention is presented, they might just take it in any chance that they get. So yeah, so this is to say that, just because someone is less attractive, or have less option, it does not make this person have a better integrity or belief system, or they're a good character in any way. Like, their looks does not define that. It's who they are as a person. And again, I have met very good looking people that I'm just so proud of them, because regardless of who their partner is, they are just a very respectable, really respectful person in general. Like, they wouldn't do that because it's not because rather or not they're presented with the option, or that they're so used to the option because they get it all the time. It's nothing of that. It's just strictly sometimes based on, that's just not who I am. This is not what I would do to somebody. Simple. Right? So this is to say, if you're choosing a guy or a girl, or any pronoun really, because this is applicable to all, if you're trying to pick a partner and you have this thought in your mind that, hey, like, I feel safer with someone that who is either more attractive or less attractive. Basically, it's like based on appearance. I could tell you, it's what they would do to you is not based on their physical look. It's based on their character and who they are and how they are and how they feel about your relationship. So pick wisely, trust your guts, and don't let these very generic statistic out there make you make a choice that it's not based on logic and what makes someone who they are, which is their belief, their character, and how they were, either raised or who they are in that stage of their life. And go with that. Like, think about those parts of your connection with that person. Like, how does that person make you feel when you guys are together? What is that person's belief system? Like, you are able to get a better understanding of that as you grow and get to know that person. Like, through different conversations, you could ask them, like, oh, what's your thought on someone that would cheat on people? Like, it could be through a casual conversation, or you could just say, hey, like, I have a friend in the past that cheated on somebody or got cheated, and just kind of bring it up like a story and just kind of hear their response from it, just to get some sort of understanding on their view on these things. And of course, if you ask them, like, do you believe in the cheater? Is it okay to cheat? Like, it's very likely that a real cheater is never going to say, like, yeah, cheating is okay. It's likely that they would never say that and might say the complete opposite. Like, no, it's terrible. But I think your gut, when someone's really telling you the truth and when someone is saying something that they truly believe in, versus it's just a quick sugarcoat, like, oh no, baby, like, of course, cheater's not cool. Like, I trust that you are able to tell from if someone really means it or if they're just BSing you. So keep those in mind, trust your gut, have those conversations. It doesn't have to be, so awkwardly presented where it's like, hey, like, would you ever cheat on me? It doesn't have to be so direct like that. It could be more just on the topic of cheating, or what it means to, like, be not loyal to your friends. Because I think cheating itself is just one specific thing, but you could tell by, like, other dishonorable topic and how that person thinks of those topic, and it shows if this person has integrity or not. Like, hey, if you saw someone drop the wallet, what would you do? Or, hey, if you have the chance to basically get away with the crime, would you? Depending on what crime, maybe, right? Like, there's a lot of fun way of asking questions that's relatable to someone's integrity and their belief, that helps you define whether or not you can trust somebody and have faith in this person that they wouldn't hurt you or anybody else. So that's kind of today's talk, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you all very soon in our next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.